event that Ms. Sham did bring
Matthew 19.
Good afternoon, Auburn. My name is Robert Wilkins. This is another beautiful Friday with the opening of college football tomorrow. You can feel it in the air. Some say War Eagle. Some say Roll Tide Roll. Others say Go Bulldogs. This is our 7th Citizens Minutes concerning the August 20th, 2024 City Council meeting. There were 5 citizens that spoke, but I was not one of them as usual, since it was my birthday. The last item on every Auburn City Council meeting agenda is Citizens Open Forum, which is important to the community. The mayor and city council sometimes believes a turning lane is more important than the concerns of the community. So that's why we continue to provide Citizens Minutes. Our first citizen was Steve Kazi. He said, "My mother is older than any of you. So when a younger person shows an interest in helping, she gets excited. I want to thank you. It's a good timing. My mother has hired a gentleman from Smith Station. He's going to create a high-quality video talking about the homeless situation in Lee County, and they will begin shooting tomorrow." Well, for the second council meeting in a row, our city manager, McGowen, has censored a visual poster that Martha Shamp had put up for both of these meetings.
Mayor Pro Tem Whitten,
Yes.
one quick thing. We do have a rule, it's rule number 6, about visuals. Visuals must be submitted to the city manager by 12 p.m. on the day of council meetings. Otherwise, they may not be shown before the council. So you will see at least one speaker tonight pre-submitted. And absolutely, that's why you'll see them on the screen tonight. Any other visuals have not been approved for this evening because they were not submitted by the noon deadline. Bring something for me to view, and it's a visual that she's not able to show tonight by our policy, but I did put it in the hallway. A number of you saw it before the meeting, and so we'll give that back to her post-meeting.
McGowen has censored a visual poster that Martha Shamp had put up for both of these meetings. Laura Halls Anderson is a New York Times best-selling author, selling over 8 million copies, whose writings span young readers, teens, and adults. She has been honored for her battle for intellectual freedom by the National Coalition Against Censorship and the National Council of Teachers of English. Laurie is quoted as saying, "Censorship is the child of fear and the father of ignorance." Martha stated she hoped all will view the poster that was available in the hallway, and a picture is worth 1,000 words. It reveals the horror that are in some of the books in our library. Dr. Miriam Grossman, a child psychiatrist, has written 2 books saying the same thing: sex is binary. These laws, according to Grossman, destabilizes the minds of children. She says, maleness and femaleness is at the core of our identity. So agrees Dr. David Perry. Hundreds of other medical doctors of the American College of Pediatrics. Love makes a family. Children's wing of the Auburn Library, there's books that compromise of bisexual, non-binary, lesbians, pansexuals, polysexuals. And the children's wing books have titles such as Sex is a Funny Word, Pink is for Boys, Love Without Bounds. But the graphics in these books are really bad. My poster depicts some of these graphics.
Okay. Mr. Parsons, I believe you were speaking.
Chief, you're absolutely right. This is America, and you can do as you choose. Ms. Shamp just seems to just not understand that this is a large community, and there are a variety of different people living their lives. And, you know, I love to come to council and work on things like give way signs and new subdivisions. There's this insistence from the public to bring larger politics to the community. For example, this item that Ms. Shamp brought, it has some graphic pictures, some illustrations of genitalia that you would find in a book. But the presentation that Ms. Shamp is attempting is to put it in your face without you choosing to have it put in your face. And in a book form, if somebody chooses to seek information relevant to their interests, they have every right to do so in a community like in any American community that a large, diverse population. You are going to find diverse interests and diverse people.
Next was Wynn Timberlake. Wynn came to speak in addition to Martha on some of the content that is viewable in the library. He said, "When I went to the teens nonfiction section, I found that nearly 25% of the books there were either heavy sexual propaganda or mental health books that were not appropriate for teenagers to read." Wynn said this is a very concerning pattern that is starting to emerge in our town. It is beginning to affect the safety of our children and the integrity of their education and the material, where they can learn in an environment where they should not be exposed to. I want you all to take a notice of this. If you haven't gone to the library and actually looked at what is there, go there. Martha is not making it up. It is worse than you think it is. It is not one or two books. It was honestly nearly a quarter of all the nonfiction material. That is how bad it is.
People. The gentleman who spoke about a teacher in our school system and used such a flippant description of him as being a groomer leaves me speechless. That you have the confidence to come up here and accuse an individual in our city, a teacher who has taught all of my children, a fantastic, a jewel of a person who has every right to conduct themselves professionally as he always did in the school setting. This individual completely understands his role as a teacher, and he understands completely the separation of his role as a teacher and his private life. My sons, all of them, have been with this teacher, and I'm so thankful that they have been. It is stunning to me that you can say that with such disregard, and I guarantee you have not met that person. So it's a very sad situation that this is the type of public commentary that this body listens to. Sure, you're free to do it, but my goodness.
Then Carrie Hill spoke. Carrie said, "Just a quick point of correction on questioning the gender binary goes back to the 1919. The Institute for Sexual Research in Berlin was found. If it had not been broken into and had all the books and research burned by the Nazis, it would have been over a century at this point." Just a quick note of actual history. Last was Deborah Beal. Deborah shared a couple of interesting and exciting things about the library board meeting she attended. They talked about the Teen Advisory Board they have developed since COVID to try to engage young people in the library and what was going on. They also provided advice to the people in the library about how to do that. Auburn students are from the 7th grade through the 12th grade. We also got to see the Not Technically Coffee bookmobile. But the money you all put out last year to get this piece of equipment for the library to extend their services and books to children and older adults in the area, it's almost ready to get up and running. I want to give you that good news.
Nick, you're next.
Megan, am I right? There's nothing we can do about these books in the library. Is that correct?
I mean, that's a very complicated topic, but in essence, that the council does not select content in the library. That's up to the library board and under their purview.
I would certainly hope it's not increasing these type of books from what I saw out there in the hallway. But I again think the best solution to it is parents don't allow your child to go in there if you feel that way about it. I wouldn't allow my child to go in there. It's my right to raise my child as expected. Of course, she's 31 years old now, so that's up to her now. But my grandkids, I would not allow to be in there if I had anything to do with it. So I think that's I think everyone has, this is America, you have your right to live your life like you want to, not the government telling you how to do it. But from what I've seen, if it's in that library, I would not allow my child to go in there unattended.
Well, Megan, I hope you're kidding. The city council has no power over the library board when the city council just selected some of its board members. Questions from an Auburn citizen. Jennifer asks, what do we do with the homeless in Auburn? Well, Jennifer, I'm not completely sure. Several people that I've talked to about that work with the homeless in the Auburn-Opelika area have told me that they literally have a short period of time that they can stay, say, in Auburn, and then they pass them on to another city, say like Opelika, and then they pass them on from Opelika to another city, let's say like Valley or something. I hope that is not true, Jennifer. Maybe our city manager or mayor or city council can give us a better understanding of the homeless. Please make comments or become a guest speaker on Citizens Minutes by going to Nextdoor or .com or YouTube. Next council meeting is at 6 p.m. on September the 2nd at 141 Ross Street. You should show up or watch on YouTube or listen on WANI radio. Matter of fact, some of you will be at the beach. And if you're at the beach, it'll be a great sunset to have your phone and look it up on YouTube and watch it live. I'm just kidding. I know you'd rather do other things, but maybe when you get back home, look on YouTube and do watch the council meeting. It concerns our city. And your council is only as good as the information you gather. Until Auburn's Voice.